Yes, we are live. Yes, we are live. So my name is Dr. Esther Udotai, and today we have three amazing doctors that will be doing justice to amazing products. We have my humble self, Dr. Esther Udotai. I will be taking the Longrich mosquito repellent and the Longrich hand cream. And we also have Dr. Clifford. You all remember Dr. Clifford, right? I want to let me know if you remember him. Yes, he was amazing with Libo, So we have Dr. Clifford. He's going to be talking about three products. We have the shampoo, the anti-dandruff shampoo, and the body wash. Then we have our amazing co-host who will be dealing with everything called anion, bioscience, super clean pad and pant liners. You should. You don't want to miss any episode. I am very sure about that. Okay, so you are getting the link right now. Yes, because we are live. Yes. There you have it. Dr. Clifford, it's hard to forget him. I know, right? He is a whole different vibes. So this how it's going to go. Are we going to be reading our profile again? We already know that. Okay, so let's just start. I'm going to start with first the mosquito repellent. Then I'll have Dr. Clifford come in. Then I'll take the hand cream. Then we'll have Dr. ID. Then we'll take lots of questions today concerning this product and any other products we have. And if you have amazing testimonial, the episode 6, which is the grand finale, we are going to be taking lots and lots of Longrich testimonial. Actually, that episode will be a good video for you to share to every of your prospects because we'll give you a chance to say your testimonial here. So please get prepared, reach out to any of us, any of the doctors, and just share your testimonial with us, or come and indicate interest that you would like to share it so that you can have them. Access to the previous episode will be shared on the screen. Someone is asking me privately for access to the previous episode. It will be shared here on the chat box. So just hold on while we start. So let's have Dr. Clifford say hi. I can see Dr. Clifford. I can see Dr. Chino. So Dr. Clifford, are you here?
You'll need to make them co-host so they can unmute themselves. I muted everybody.
Okay, let me find I wish you could lift up your hands. Okay, I can see you, Dr. Chinonso. I just made it first.
I don't know if Dr. Clifford is here. I can't see the name.
I can't find him yet. Okay, so we're starting. You get the previous episode. Now, let's get the disclaimer. First thing is, why are we doing this? Just yesterday, I happened to speak with a lot of doctors, and one of the reasons they were asking me is, why do doctors really prescribe supplements to their patients? And it got me thinking, many doctors don't even want to step into a network marketing field just because probably they don't understand much about it, or most times the people involved in the network marketing field don't give the right explanation, or people are exaggerating the benefits of supplements. Let me point this out. Everybody needs supplements because our body needs micronutrients, amino acid, fibers, and different products. The food we eat cannot contain all the micronutrients we need all at once. Hence the need for a supplement. And as the name implies, supplements our food, the food we take. So that is why we need a supplement. Why are we having this episode? Is to make sure that every one of us are educated properly on the right use of supplements, the right prescription, when to prescribe it and when not to prescribe it. Now, does it supplement take the need of drugs? No, we all know it doesn't. So please, that is one reason why we're having this episode, is to load all of you with the right knowledge, the right information, and to help you operate as a professional in this field, especially in knowing your Longrich products. I can see we're already going to be filling the house, so I would like you to invite people, but also you could share this on Facebook. I have shared the Facebook link. You could host a watch party while we'll start. Share my screen. So today I'm going to be talking about the Longrich mosquito repellent. Actually, this is my favorite daily care product, not consumable. My consumable is very oil, but the favorite daily care product I use is the Longrich mosquito repellent. And the one reason why I love it is because it is very good for the skin, the body. It's good for everyone. It contains diethylmethylamide, triethanolamide, benzophenols. I had to take time to write it out so that you would know the constituents, and it also contains some Chinese flower that helps to repel mosquito, which have amazing fragrance. Now, these ingredients it contains are what it helps to prevent mosquito bites, literally. But the most common of it that helps to prevent insect bites is the diethylmethylamide, called DETT. That is the name, like DETT. Now, this is very important because there are a lot of misconceptions out there that that mosquito repellent is not good for the skin, it causes irritation, it helps to interfere with neurons and receptors located on mosquito antennas and the mouthparts. I had to put a mosquito there so you can see. And because of this mosquito antenna that it has, it helps to prevent the mosquito from even locating you to bite you. What causes mosquito to bite in somebody, or what causes mosquito to be attracted to you, is the carbon dioxide we repel or we exhale, and the lactic acid that they smell from our body. Then with the help of your presence, or to even notice you are there. So it is hard for mosquito to lie on you and even bite you when you use mosquito repellent on the skin. There is also this argument: should I use it on my skin or should I spray it in the house? Both are effective, but the most effective is on the skin. And why is it soft on the skin? It's because it contains 5% of DETT and not necessarily 10% or 15% like other repellents out there contain. And it's not because it contains 5% of DETT that makes it to be non-potent or more potent. No, the percentage only determines how long it's going to last. It also does not repel just mosquito alone. And I was so happy just to discover this, because sometimes I had a friend, a downline, who had used this, and she used it in her house, and she noticed that she woke up in the morning, "Doctor, I saw some small cockroaches and some other insects." And I'm like, yes, it works. She actually sprayed it on her window, and when she sprayed it on her windows and window nets, she saw some insects die. It's because the same mechanism of action it has for mosquito, for repellent, that's the same mechanism of action it has for other insects. Now, it also contains triethanolamide and benzophenols, other repellents or other insecticide out there. Other insecticide contains dichloro, that big name I had to put in little inflated line, exactly, DDT. DDT is actually a very harmful chemical to the body and had been banned in other countries, but some people still get to use it here because it has a lot of potency in it. But it this Longrich repellent does not contain DDT. The percentage of the chemicals in the Longrich repellent does not determine the effectiveness, because what causes it to repel mosquito or other insects from your body, like I said, is DECT. It is safe for children, it is safe for pregnant women, and it is safe to be used even, like I have a client that use it like perfume because it's very nice. Now, it also contains triethanolamine, and it is used in many cosmetic products to help balance the pH of the body. Hence, the reason why you could use mosquito repellent on your skin, because it balances the pH of the body. I can see we have reached the maximum capacity of the room, so please share this link to your people and let them get to have this. Share it in your group chat and let them get to watch it on Facebook. And that is why mosquito repellent is very, very good on your skin, because it causes a balancing pH base for the skin. It does not irritate, but when you have irritation, you can stop using it. Benzophenone is a sweet smelling organic compound that is contained naturally in grapes and other fruits. And Longrich has extracted this to a particular cup for you to use. Now, the benzophenone is also very amazing because do you know it has a ultra filtration, ultra to prevent other ingredients from degrading under UV light and protecting the product from other color and other scents. So this is what I will encourage every one of us to use to all for your use. And trust me, it's one of the best products you can use. Give it to your prospects. It's good for children day one. Yes, like a child that is just being born today, and it's good for adults, including pregnant women. House. Okay, so he's coming in right now. I have to, but that's basically for the Longrich mosquito repellent. Do you have questions? You can start sending in your question. And we're going to be having Dr. Clifford present to us on Longrich, the other product. I'm trying to download his slide. Dr. Clifford. Dr. ID, please can you find Dr. Clifford? You could make him co-host.
I don't think he's here yet. Dr. Clifford, if you're here, please, can we see your hands? Besides, I think he may be struggling to come in because of the capacity as well. So maybe we hold off on admitting more people. Let's see if he comes in, and then we can admit him first and make him a co-host to present.
Okay. Yeah, we are going to be sending all the.
Yeah, I don't think he's
we
here
are
yet,
going to be.
but if he was here, he would have indicated or raised his hand.
Okay, so some people are asking if we can get the slide. Yes, you're going to get all the slide at the final day, which is next week, Friday. Even me, I'm super excited for next week, Friday. Dr. Heidi, how excited are you?
100%. Like literally, I can't believe we've actually gone through all the products, so many things to learn. I need to actually take my time and go through all the videos once again, one after the other. Literally need to learn it all, yeah.
We can still find him. People, we are sorry, we are trying to get Dr. Clifford online because he's our next presenter. Waiting for Dr. Clifford. We may have to invite our co-host. You know that pant liner is amazing. I wanted the bottom pot treatment, but while we are waiting for Dr. Clifford and we can't keep your precious time, we might have to hand over this stage to Dr. ID.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good morning. No, honestly, guys, I just want to see in the comments, how have you enjoyed the last 4 weeks? If you've been consistent for the last 4 weeks, please tell us in the comments.
Maximum capacity reach.
Yes, and how have you enjoyed the last 4 weeks? Tell us. Is anybody saying anything? Okay, I'm seeing hello from Ifelua, super from Chioma, amazing. Vincent has been an awesome exposure. Yes. You know, so the essence of doing all of this is that you should be able to share this with your prospects. We're not saying you should go speak the medical jargons. We're just simply saying that we hope you understand why our products stand out, you know, why our products are literally very different. Now, what I did, when we started the introduction, the very first day, we had said that the Longrich products are not just products. Longrich decided to invest a lot of energy into research in their massive research and development centers to ensure that they come out with a product or with products that actually give you a better lifestyle. I think Longrich mission is actually committed to a beautiful lifestyle. And then we've always said things like better life, better future. We also, their vision is actually to be the world's top solution providers when it comes to beauty and health. So this is what Longrich is actually after. They are after making sure that just from their use of their products, they provide solutions to common health and beauty problems that can leave you aging, you know, backwards, looking beautiful, younger, healthier, you know, just keep yourselves active. And when we talk about modern technology, I'm pretty sure we know that the hub of modern technology is Asia. And I'm so proud to associate with a company known as Longrich, who is like one of the centers of modern technology in Asia. So we are good, our products are great. So when we talk to you about our products, you know, when we talk to you about our products and show you what our products do, you should just be like, what? Call everybody, your neighbors, your whole village. You guys must hear this. All right, so I'm seeing a test. Someone says, yes, so I have a testimony regarding this. I shared the first video with someone, and the person bought the energy pot. I introduced it as a solution to this health problem. My people, this presentation is powerful. Oh, that's amazing. Someone sent me this privately. Yes, you're right. Good knowledge of the products will help in our networking business and solve people's health and beauty problems. Yeah, Longrich aims to be the top solution providers when it comes to that. So whatever problems you've got, Longrich can help. So I'm going to go on now to talk about the sanitary napkin range. So permit me to share my slide. I'll try and keep the medical jargons to a minimum. I just want to tell you what stands out as sanitary napkins. What makes it a sanitary napkin that it's of so much value that you think that the money you're paying is, you should be paying more. That's the honest truth. You should be paying more, you know. So 1 minute, please. So we're talking about the sanitary napkin. So I'm going to, we've talked about the mosquito repellent already. So let's get in and start talking. So I'll take us through a bit of history, just a little bit. When, as far back as you can remember, our great-grandmothers used the cotton cloth for their period. True or true? I'm sure we can remember that, right? So the cotton cloth was what they used. And that's something like you can see here, they'll use it, they'll wash it up, they'll hang it, and they'll use it again. It wasn't something they discarded. That is all they knew. But of course, you can imagine the hygienic condition here, the risk involved in doing this, you know, they were literally prone to a lot of infection, despite the fact that they use cotton cloths. Then in history, not in Africa, but in developed countries, we had some cups developed at the time from some plastic materials and all of that. Again, it wasn't still very secure. And then from the cups, we had the pads, the first set of pads made from cotton gauze and bandages. They were disposable and then further made antiseptic before use. So the women will use something like a waist belt to hold the pad in place. You know, they had no idea of how they can use the pad on the pants at the time. There was no adhesive for it. And then, of course, in developed countries, they moved from there to develop tampons. Okay, so we got tampons, and then we moved to disposable pads, which we are using today. So that's been the transition. And every time there's been some form of improvement because of some of the challenges, you know, experienced. I remember when tampons was so regular that people were forgetting that they could use pads until the toxic shock syndrome came up in the early 90s, I think, yeah, 80s rather. And so there was a lot of noises like what's causing this, you know, it was related to the tampons. And so they started looking for alternatives, you know, so that's the history. Now, so what's the situation today, basically? Basically, it's still a struggle, especially in third world countries, development countries. It's still a struggle to have a practice of good menstrual health and hygiene. Some of the reasons could actually be because of the lack of awareness. Some of us do not understand. I'm serious. The importance, you know, somehow maybe it's religious, maybe it's cultural. Menstruation is seen as that dirty thing, you know, is a dirty blood, is a wasted blood, you know, so somehow people don't understand that even though it's coming out of, it's a wasted or dirty blood, it's coming out of a very precious part of a woman. I will say the part that makes a woman a woman. So because of lack of awareness or inaccurate information, there have been so many nonsense information passed about, you know, causes of period pains, so many things that people just think out of their head and start talking. So because of lack of awareness, because of inaccurate information, menstrual health and hygiene is still a massive challenge. You have big bodies like UNICEF, WHO, they continue creating awareness and raising a lot of information, providing a lot of information regarding menstruation and how to maintain a good menstrual health and hygiene. Another reason is also the lack of resources and poor facilities. Literally, first of all, the facilities of cleaning yourself, information of, okay, how long are you supposed to use the pad or the panty or the tampons? How long are you supposed to use it? You know, there are no facilities of proper disposal, no facilities to say, okay, you want to change in your place of work or you want to change in school, this is what you should do. So people can actually literally go all day wearing a tampon, a pad, and after some time, of course, once you exceed the manufacturer's guideline, what happens? You start exposing yourself to adverse risks, basically. And then we have the societal myths and taboos, where it's like, hush, 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 hush. I mean, we talk, you go on the television, you see people creating awareness of condom, and yet it's hush, hush, hush when it comes to pad. I hear there were even times when people could not walk into a supermarket and confidently buy pad. you know. But I'm happy that doesn't happen much anymore. But even then, some women now these days, even when they want to buy pad, they are coding it, they're hiding it. It's your life, it's your body, it's who you are. You can't hide it. We can't allow this whole secrecy thing make people keep having serious gynecological challenges and they cannot resolve it. Then we've got the stigma, you know, oh, she's on her period, she's dirty. Like, seriously? No, she's not. Yes, I know that because of poor menstrual hygiene, you see people who are on their period who smell, you know, they ooze, you know, terribly. But with education, with proper education, church will go. A woman gets stained and it's a shameful thing. No, it's not. When a woman gets stained, cover her up, help her. She is a woman. It's a beautiful thing to have a period. I can tell you a lot of women would rather have period than not. So it's a beautiful thing to have your period. So the shame should not be a thing. And then of course the social discrimination, societal discrimination, you know, that doesn't allow, quote unquote, don't call me feminism, but you know, the women's ideas, the women's voice to be heard. I saw so many campaigns a couple of years ago where they were saying, how come condoms are giving free and pads are not giving free? Condoms is for sex and it's a choice. Pad is not a choice. It should be something. So I don't understand the social discrimination. I really don't understand all of that. But what I'm trying to say is that these are some reasons that people are not even outspoken, you know, about menstrual hygiene and menstrual health. And so you have people till today still going through several issues, one issue or the other. You go to do researches regarding gynecological issues, fallopian tube blockages, infertilities. Majority of these cases are linked to menstrual health. They are linked to poor menstrual health and poor menstrual hygiene. But we don't know. We are thinking it's our village people. We are thinking it's an inherited factor. It is not. With a good menstrual health and hygiene, I can confidently say that the risk of infertility can be reduced by a very large percentage. And that's the honest truth. But because we don't do that, what happens? Life continues. And people don't know. Social discrimination is making things worse, lack of awareness. So we need to be more open and more forward in creating awareness. It shouldn't be something that we should do when we want. Sanitary napkins should be something we talk about. Menstrual hygiene should be something we talk about regularly. Today, products used for menstruation include cloth. Yes, some people still use cloth. There are a lot of different forms of refined cloths. Tampons are still in existence. We actually have people who use reusable pads. So you use them, wash them, and use them again. But we also have those who use disposable pads. And we also have menstrual cups that are a lot better than was made in the 18th and 19th centuries, okay? Now, according to a study by UNICEF, the only product out of these 5 that poses the least health risks through the usage, through exposures and everything are the disposable pads, especially if used within the recommended guidelines, okay? But again, disposable pads have transitioned. Remember when I talked about the history of sanitary towels? Disposable pads seems to be the latest, but it's also transitioned. I remember perfectly when I started using disposable pads. They were soft, they were comfortable, they were cotton, they were amazing. And I still remember the way the pads were aligning with the body and all of that. They were made from 100% cotton. The standards then were very high. People were actually obtaining patents for making the healthiest forms of sanitary napkins at the time, right? But then what happened? We started moving from 100% cotton to 90%, 80%. Now I can say that there are a lot of sanitary pad napkins, especially in Africa, that have 0% cotton. So it's mostly polyester, nylon, and recycled materials, synthetic materials. We don't actually use natural cotton anymore for anything, literally. There's no surprise there anyway, because that's why science is here. What do we do as scientists? What do we do as researchers? Our job is to keep, once we see something natural that is beautiful as a scientist, our job is to find out what makes that product such an amazing product. And then we can go into the labs and create a synthetic alternative such that when the natural one depletes, the synthetic can come in. It's the same thing applies across every product you see today. I'm talking about even supplements. During the last 2 episodes, Dr. Clifford talked about calcium and bioavailability. Why ours has the highest bioavailability is because it's naturally extracted. But most of the calcium products we take today, supplements, are synthetic. And that's because we can produce calcium in the lab just like you can extract from nature. The same thing happens across board. So we're having a lot of synthetic materials today currently being used for sanitary napkin, and that poses a lot of health risks. Now, this is literally a graphic image of what today's disposable parts are made like. First of all, they are made from synthetic materials, like I talked about, synthetic fiber, synthetic rayon, and then from recycled papers. How many of us actually know that majority of the toilet tissue that we use is made from recycling? Recycling came in early 21st century, and it's been big because we don't even have natural resources anymore. So we don't have a choice than to recycle papers, recycle boxes, then we bleach them. Once you bleach them, what do you have? They are back to normal. You can use them for tissues. You can use them for anything. So because of the products that are used for today's disposable parts, actually it's disposable, you're not supposed to wear it for long. Honestly, some of these disposable parts are okay because if you wear them for 2 to 3 hours, it doesn't have effect. But some of us, we will wear one pad because we're not having heavy flow. We can wear one pad from morning till night. That is not how they were meant to be used, and that causes a lot of issues. First of all, because of the way they are made, the pads are damp, usually quite damp, exposed to damp. Once you recycle and you don't properly sterilize, you get such. They're usually unsterilized. They are always impermeable to air because there's always going to be little bits of plastics left in the process of recycling or synthesizing these products. Now, because of the chemicals that are used in bleaching or recycling these products, there has been a lot of publication that has linked the presence of dioxin and other harmful chemical substances to the products, the parts that we're using today. Again, they are cytotoxic because they're synthetic, so they can pose toxicity to the cells around the vagina and around the uterus. These are the things that we use because we don't know, we use. They say ignorance is bliss, and this is what is going on here. All of us will buy the sanitary napkins that we see in the market, we use them, we don't even open them up to analyze them. The first time I actually opened up a sanitary towel was when I joined Longrich, and I had to do a demonstration. I was like, are you kidding me? I was screaming, what's going on? What kind of product is this? Ignorance is bliss. I just felt that the boils I was having on second and third day of my period was normal. I felt that those little pains I was having on the first day of my period was normal. I'm a woman, they are normal pains. No, they are not. Materials used for the sanitary pads, that's the problem. That's the honest truth. The infections that people get third, fourth day, or at the end of the period, you start treating infection. It's not normal. It's actually a function of the material of the sanitary towels. But I didn't know until I partnered with Longrich, and today I'm living healthier and more confident in myself as a woman. Honestly, every woman, you will know that if you have a good sense of perception, once you start perceiving a smell down there, whatever the smell is, either from infection or from period odor, whatever it is, you lose your self-confidence. You're not yourself. But, now that we are aware, you're going to ask yourself, what is the cost of your health? What is the cost of your self-confidence compared to whatever it is you're using today? Let's move on, guys. So what's the solution? Again, my favorite Longrich steps in. I just like how this company is gradually stepping in to solve one problem or the other Just always stepping in to solve problems. We're talking about problems involving our health. Remember, towards a beautiful lifestyle. That's what we all want, right? And so they kicked in, they did their research, 4 years research and development before they came out with this part. It took them 4 years of neck deep research and development to come out with the sanitary napkin range. And then I talked about green chip technology when I talked about the energy pots the last time. The same technology was actually applied here as well. And guess what? Just for these sanitary napkins, in China, Longrich obtained 4 invention patents. You know, in China, they award 3 kinds of invention and patent. They have the one for utility, the one for design, and the one for invention. So there was a lot of invention, a lot of thought put in these pads, sanitary napkin ranges. And so they were awarded 4 patents and also certified globally and locally. So we have the International Standard Organization and all of that one, the quality test and the state testing reports. Longrich sanitary napkins passed all of this with flying colors. Okay. Now, so if you ask a typical woman, what are the properties you would want in your sanitary napkin? One of the things they'll tell you is it must be very absorbent, because a lot of women have heavy flow. Some will tell you there should be no leakage. It's so inconveniencing when there's leakage. And that person will say, okay, so I have 2 odors here. I should have removed one. It should be odor free, like literally no odor. You know, some of the materials used for our pads, especially the ones we use in Africa, the disposable ones, when they are dry, they have no smell. But try to wet it, not even when you're on your period. Keep the pad and wet it. It will start coming up with one funny odor, let alone when you are on your period. So sometimes that odor you perceive is a combination of the odor from the poor material and your period, okay? Then there should be no noise. You know, when you're wearing your pad, especially those very nylon and paper ones, you're working, it is helping you make some sounds. It's irritating your thighs, you know. Some women don't want that. Some women also want a pad that stays in place, okay? And it's a very comfortable one, especially for the thin, you know, very thin body shaped kind of pad, not those ones that once they are full, to be like you're wearing a baby diaper and the baby cannot, you know, when baby's diapers are full and they can't move, you know, a high level of hygiene, also a dry surface. These are things people want. And Longrich just thought about it. Can't we make a pad that can give you all of this? They can. Okay, let's do research. What do we put in our pads? What are the things we can use to make our pads to come out and give a woman all the desirable properties and comfort? And that is what we're going to look at. And so Longrich has, in features of their pad, 8 layers of protection, which gives it 5 outstanding functional features. 8 layers of protection. Every layer is carefully thought through to provide a certain benefit and advantage to you to help give you that desire you want from your sanitary napkin. So every layer of that is thought through. And I'm going to talk you through them one after the other. Like literally, I don't know if you've ever just bring out your pad, a Longrich pad, and just use the back, and you see, you know, this is the sensitive part, and just rub it. You will see how smooth. There's no iota of roughness, ultra smooth. And now, besides being ultra smooth, it's hypoallergenic. What that means is that it actually poses the least risk of allergy, no allergies at all. It's actually made to prevent any form of allergy. So if normally you react to even cotton, you will not react to this kind of cotton. And it's made with 100% cotton. All the 8 layers are 100% cotton embedded, literally. So with this surface, which is a very premium surface, it's quite expensive. That's well thought out, thin, lovely surface. It provides ultra comfort. It actually prevents skin irritations during your periods. You don't know you're wearing it. It will enhance breathability. Breathability means the ability for the vagina to get air. We know the difference between cotton and nylon. If you go to the market now, you want to buy a cotton shirt and you want to buy a polyester shirt, I am sure you know that the cotton shirt will be more expensive. Why? Cotton is breathable. Very, very breathable. It allows air to pass through. Nicely woven fabric. That's what cotton is, right? The pads enhance freshness. That maintains the freshness of the vagina. You know, a natural vaginal freshness has this lovely fragrance. I don't know if any of us have ever perceived it in a woman. Once you've finished having your bath in the morning, give it like 1-2 hours, let the bacteria kick in. Perceive it, you will perceive, you know. So I was reading somewhere today, and they're like, the 5 senses The 5 senses actually will be used to taste a perfect, to be used to detect a perfect vagina. Taste, for those that can taste, smell, touch, the feel, and all of that. The eye, the way, the healthy vagina, you can see that in the look. Please, I hope everybody here is over 18. I'm just shouting because today is talking about vagina and I don't hide it. And it's because of this hide of vagina that we are always having women go through stress without being able to talk about it. Okay,
we are all seeing, we are all
there may be some parents with children. That's why I'm also talking. Yeah, so we're talking about maintaining freshness. The second layer of protection is that it's leak proof. So there's a 3-dimensional, so it's not just a normal 3D flap designed perfectly to prevent side leakage. So if you watch a video, maybe on my page today, I'll put up a video that I did demonstrating the Longrich sanitary pads. But if you watch a perfect video of the pads, you will see the 2 flaps on the side, perfectly shaped. It's like almost rectangular, 3D. It prevents leakages on the side, literally. So you can't have side leakages. Now, the third one is a patented strip. It's a patented strip, and that's the strip that gives the Longrich sanitary pad, that makes it extra unique. The other layers make this pad unique. Most of the sanitary pads that we use only have 3 layers, maximum 4. But Longrich came with reinforced 8 layers. One of the layers will be this anion strip. It's called anion strip, but it's beyond anion. It's electromagnetic and it's got far infrared. Now, the function includes eliminating odor, relieving menstrual discomfort. It actually does energize, not just your cell, your entire body, energy through the entire body. It prevents itchiness, treats infection, and can also promote blood circulation. The 4th layer of guaranteed freshness is what we call an air-laid paper. Air-laid paper, it's actually a kind of sheet. It actually wraps the 5th and 6th layers in a 360-degree covering to enforce absorption and keep the surface fresh. So the papers are usually soft, very soft. They're porous though, with high absorption properties, taking it all the way down to the 5th layer, which I will explain to you, that does the absorption, which is the wood polymer. Air-laid papers, you see them in in premium products like top quality diapers. You see them there, adult diapers, children diapers. You see the air-laid papers there in top quality diapers, by the way, not all of them. Now we have that layer, the 5th layer, that gives it the high-tech absorbency. It's just an absorbent paper. Funny enough, it's a super absorbent paper, but it's embedded with hydrogel polymers from wood fiber. Remember, we told you Longrich only does natural. So the polymers are not synthetic polymers like you have in other parts. The polymers that does absorption in our product, in our pad, are natural from wood fiber, hydrogel. So they are inserted in the 5th layer. It has excellent liquid locking capacity and converts the liquid to non-sticky gels almost instantly. And this layer can absorb more than 200 milliliters of liquid without reverse osmosis. Okay, and with this feature, it helps the skin to remain dry, preventing adverse skin reaction. Imagine that you're flowing and you're filled. The surface is super soft with blood. Guess what? The first thing that is going to happen because of the dampness and moisture and wetness is that there's going to be reduced flow of oxygen. And guess what? That promotes the growth of anaerobic bacteria and also just you see the fungi, the candidas, all swimming in to enjoy themselves because they are all anaerobic. Anaerobic means they don't like air, right? So that's the 5th function. Then we have the 6th function. I call it the reinforced protection. Another air-laid paper, such that if there's anything that skips the first, skips the wood polymer, the 3rd air-laid paper gets it trapped. Literally, okay? So it further absorbs any impurities that escapes the first. So all impurities in your system are just supposed to remain in the middle between the 2 air-laid papers. They're not supposed to pass through to your undies, because when they pass through to your undies, if you don't wash them well, when you wear the undies again, you are at risk of infection. So, and also they enhance softness and freshness. Then the seventh property is the air permeable bottom layer. Oh my God. This is, for me, this is the selling point of the sanitary pad, because I have used many sanitary pads in my life. You see that bottom layer? Some of them will use nylon. You'll be dragging the nylon will be dragging you. This one is a breathable bottom layer that will allow air. So if you're wearing a good pants first, air passes through the pants, it will definitely pass through the bottom layer, because without air during your periods, you are going to have all those discomforts that you have. All those discomforts, that is what causes it. The vagina needs air, it loves air. Okay, now this bottom layer is made of highly resistant materials with microscopic pores formed using what we call a laser boring technique. So they use a laser boring technique, which is, like I said, Longrich loves technology, and they pride in their technology. Technology that keeps giving them patents every single year, right? So they're using the laser boring technique. We have those microscopic pores, and that makes it smooth. Now, this same airlaid paper eliminates moisture and heat, because there's this kind of flow, there's bound to be a lot of moisture, there's bound to be a lot of heat. But with the presence of that breathable bottom layer that allows a lot of air to come in, we are going to have reduced heat between the napkin and the skin. And of course, the vaginal skin is like the most sensitive skin, right? So imagine that heat causing the irritation on the vaginal skin. And then it reduces dampness, and then it keeps the users fresh and comfortable. I'll talk a little more about the adhesive, because the adhesive used on the bottom layer is food grade. When we mean food grade adhesives that you can use to cook, to use in your kitchen, and it has absolutely no health risk. Okay, and it has the following most desirous features for any sanitary napkin. Every adhesive should have a free tab at the end of each napkin for easy grab. If you use a Longrich pad, you'll notice that there are some pads I've used that you have to start pulling from the beginning. This one has that easy grab at the top. Now, the adhesive should hold in place and shouldn't snap back during usage. So I've used some pads in the past that just keep snapping back while you're in use. Now, it does not transfer to underwear during removal. This is the one that I used to hate. You'll be trying to remove pad. Before you know it, you see a lot of white things on your pants. The adhesive, these are even the ones you can see. How about the ones you cannot see being transferred to your pants? I said Longrich puts a thought into every single detail of their products, and that's why I like them. The adhesive should prevent leakage on all angles. Now, because of the close proximity to skin, the adhesive used should be non-cytotoxic, should not be cytotoxic, meaning should not pose any toxicity to the cells around the vagina. That's why Longrich chose the food grade adhesive that they know is safe and has absolutely no adverse effect on the body. Now, it should also be stable despite exposure to inappropriate conditions. Have you seen a situation where you kept a pad in maybe a moist environment, a not so airy environment, you come back, you see the pad growing molds? You will not easily see that with a Longrich product, because those things sometimes start from the non-synthetic, from the synthetic adhesives that are used. But Longrich tries to avoid that and try to use close to natural adhesives, okay? Now, another layer of protection. So Longrich, like I said, gives you 8 layers of protection across their sanitary pads and panty liner. The packaging, the safe packaging. So we have the 8th layer being that release film. Oh, I don't know, I should have actually brought my pad here, you know. So it's got a 360-degree airtight packaging. That part, you see, when you open the sanitary, the outer, it has an outer packaging and an inner packaging. When you open the outer packaging, you take the inner one. If you dump it into water, it will not sink in because it's airtight, 360 degrees airtight. Prevents secondary contamination, just in case you decide to remove one. You know, some of us, when we're going to work, we remove 1 or 2, don't want to carry the whole pack. So we remove 1 or 2 and put inside our handbags. Those handbags that will contain, may contain ants, cockroach, even rats, because some of us have rats in our house that will carry from our house to office. Because we put biscuit, you put groundnut, you put everything in the same handbag, you don't wash it. And so all of them will just be following the handbag and be going. One day you drop by, everybody start shouting, cockroach, this is the same bag you put your pants. Because of that, imagine that you put those other parts that don't have the 360 airtight degree covering. What do you think will happen? You're just simply inviting all the bacteria. It's already infected before you use it. So imagine that you are using an infected pad. What then becomes of us? That's why we have to be extra careful. Now, the additional protection is not just that inner 360 soft packaging, but it's actually the outer package. I don't know if any of us have ever taken time to examine the outer packaging of our pad. It's made from food grade aluminum foil, and it's resealable. And when you reseal it, it stays sealed. And all the inner and outer packages are environmentally friendly, so it can dispose. Most of the other parts you have, the packages are nylons that they're not environmentally friendly. They just keep blocking everywhere, blocking, and creating nuisance, literally. Now let's talk about the 5 additional outstanding features. I know I've taken more than my 20 minutes, but let's talk about the 5 outstanding functional features that you get from those 8 layers of protection. Number 1 is the safety. You get double protection from secondary contamination, both from the outer and the inner packaging. Second, we talked extensively about the comfort because of the hypoallergenic, close-fitting, soft, ultra-soft surface. And then third, there's this high-tech level of absorbency, and it does it very quickly as well. It does it very quickly and then eliminates the whole sticky sensation that makes a woman feeling so uncomfortable. It's air permeable because of the premium bottom layer. So your risk of infections, secondary contaminations and infections aren't there. And then of course we have this most amazing function from the strip. The health benefits, the extra thought out. Now, all the things I've been talking to you about are just benefits from the materials, but now we have the additional health benefits owing to the presence of the magnetism, anions, and far infrared. These are properties you find in the green strip. I'll start with the electromagnetism, okay? You see this number when you look at the pad. This number just means it conforms with the China Association of Standards. I'm going to stop here to say something. You see, when we say Chinese products are inferior products, it is because they are manufactured for outside of China. You see products made in China for China, they cannot be inferior. Their levels and standards are too high. Too high. Honestly, it can be sometimes annoying. They are always going after the best quality. When Longrich had to register for direct selling in China, the amount of money they paid to register for direct selling in China will register 100 direct selling companies in US, in UK. That's to tell you that when China wants to do something, they do it well. And that's why I always say that if these products are sold in China, mainland China, are given patents in mainland China, then these products are worth our time. Not just the one that they are making to send to us in Nigeria. So this product conforms to China Association of Standards, and then the CAS 115/2005 is allocated to textiles with healthy benefits and no toxic effects. None, no toxic effect. That is when they are located. So this strip you have has healthy benefits with no toxic effect. Okay, and I talked about the green chip revolution earlier. It activates, so every human being, we produce this magnetic energy field from, there's this electromagnetic thing that happens, and we produce magnetic fields around the circle that helps communication between the cells and the surrounding cells, right? So the green chip technology literally just activates those internal bioenergy fields, further accelerating our intracellular electrical activity. Intracellular just means within the cell. So the activities, so that's why when you say they say it gives energy, it's because it has sort of, when you activate something, it just kind of excites. So that's what the green chip technology does. So it gives it the whole redundancy just goes away. It wakes it up, literally. That's the function. And research has shown that this biomagnetism could speed up discharge of toxins during menstrual periods. could speed up the storage of toxins. It could actually increase vaginal enzyme content. It could raise acidity of vaginal secretions. We need to understand that the vagina needs to remain acidic for it to function optimally. If your vagina is testing anything close to alkaline, you have a very bad infection and it is treated. The vagina is actually acidic and also produces acidic secretions, which maintains the vagina, both the pH, and also improves resistance to infection. Because of how sensitive our vagina is also very prone to infection. And so we need to keep it resistant to infections as well. Okay? And then it can improve cellular reactivity, which will also help enhance general immunity. It can enhance vitality of cells and prolongs life. So these are some research that's carried out. Dr. Esther, please help me mute yourself. So these are some research that has been carried out based on the biomagnetism. The next function is the anions, negative ions. So you also have a code showing here when they talk about anions in our booklets and everything. So the SFJJ is literally a unique cotton fiber that releases negative ions upon excitations, right? And we know what negative ions are, and ions are. They are called vitamins of life. Okay, now the number you see here reflects a dynamic system that can be used to detect the quantity of negative ions released upon excitation. And excitation most times is usually through friction or through, when you wetness or moisture. Presence of moisture or friction will lead to release of anions from that material. So the negative ion concentration range . Okay, that's fine. So the negative, can you all hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can.
So the negative ion concentration range that can be detected from this strip is between 4,000 to 6,000 per cubic meter. And this can be released upon excitation through friction. And of course, the negative ion range tolerable is as much as 15,000 cubic nanometer per cubic nanometer. So we are at the lower range. And that is why sometimes when people want more excitation, they go for anion stones and beads because that has the higher range of anions that can work faster. When you know the functions of the anions, you actually know what it can do. So research shows that anions could purify the air. I keep telling people that when they say they are testing for anions in the air, you go to places that have less pollution. Even the feel of the moisture on your skin will tell you how rich of the negative ions in that area is. Okay, anions will also increase the amount of oxygen in the environment, which of course will counter the breeding of anaerobic bacteria. I've said it before, anaerobic bacteria or even anaerobic environment. Please, Samson Divine, stop drawing. You're actually going to make this difficult for us to continue. So it counters the breeding of anaerobic bacteria or makes the area more aerobic, preventing the growth of candida, which is one of the most toxic toxic organism that just disturbs the vaginal area. Okay, eliminate odor. Oh, fantastic. I have tested this severally with the magnetic strip, that green strip. It's one of the best odor removals, literally. It can prevent itching. Also, I'm a personal testimony of the Longrich sanitary napkin. I'll share that at the end. It will fight external bacteria and it can actually forestall the disease within the body. We also have the far infrared component of the same green strip that also has that also confirms the China Association of Standards, right? The strip emits far infrared with a wavelength of 4 to 14 microns. This is within the non-ionization range and is perfectly 100% safe. We have already seen a lot of publications going around globally of the therapeutic effect of far infrared. Longrich caught this early and made it a part of the sanitary napkin. And it is this far infrared that gives it that core therapeutic effect of period pain, relieving period pains. All right. And then the emissivity, that's how much of it can emit. It can emit as much as 90% of far infrared. and that is what helps. Okay, so this excitation of cellular activity will stimulate local blood circulation. So it speeds up blood circulation, and at the same time, of course, it's being purified, prevents gynecological diseases, and relieves associated symptoms. So many gynecological diseases consistently using this product with the range of the far infrared being emitted, it can actually prevent it or even relieve some symptoms that have come as a result of it. Okay, it relieves painful periods because it gradually increases the local temperature. Far infrared, because of the local temperature, has very powerful anti-inflammatory properties, very powerful, and also antioxidant properties as well. And then it enhances self-healing, so it allows your body to heal. Now, I want to make sure I make this clear. All the functional properties that we've talked about are minerals processed into nanoparticles. Remember the first day I talked about Longrich infusing nanotechnology into their products. And this is the core nanotechnology. So functional materials are minerals processed into nanoparticles. There are no chemicals in our sanitary towels. It is safe, it is free of toxicity, and it has absolutely no side effect. It's free of side effects as well. So this is how the sanitary napkins are presented in the Longrich. We've got the mixed box of pad that has the heavy flow or night use, the normal flow or day use, the light flow panty liners. So I also put the measurements here, the length, so you will know the heavy flow is pretty long, 280 nanometers. I have checked most of the sanitary napkins we have in the market. They are always within the range of 240 to 260, but we have the heavy flow that went up to 280. As a matter of fact, when I was in China last year, I bought this one. I still have it. It's called extra large. I don't know why they haven't brought it to Nigeria. I bought this one that is as long as, I think, 330 nanometers. Like it starts from the front. It's like as long as your pants. Starts from the front and goes all the way to the back, literally. So they have that. So we also have the pads, pad only box if you want the pad only, and we have the panty liner only box. So a summary of the benefits of the pads, the first is that it relieves primary dysmenorrhea. It's super comfortable. The side flaps prevents side leakage, so it's leak-free. 100% odor-free. Like you won't even remember you're on your period. Sometimes what reminds women that they're on their period is that smell. Especially when you get to somewhere that's a bit hot. It's that smell that oozes, but you won't remember you're on your period. It's super absorbent, made from 100% cotton, and it prevents all that irritations that come up after your period or towards the end, and it leaves the surface so dry, like as if you're not even on your period. The panty liner is also part of the sanitary napkin range, and for me, it's my bulletproof against infection. All my adult life, as far as I can remember, I've had one form of vaginal infection or the other. I keep thinking, as long as I share a toilet, it's following me. As long as I remember when I was in the hostel, right? You're in a hostel and I don't take my bath in the mornings because if I do, I have to use the toilet and the cleaners come in the morning. So I miss, if I have a 7-8 o'clock class, I'm sure to miss it because I can't go without having my bath. So I have to wait. When the cleaners come, as they are going, with all the smell of bleach, I will run in to have my bath. That's the only time I can use the toilet because I stayed in the hostel. But guess what? I think even the bleach was causing adverse effects for me. But I think I chose that against the infection. I go to a public place and I have to use a public restroom. I am carrying my antifungal cream in my bag. So imagine my joy. Then after my period, 2-3 days after my period, towards the end of my period, I start with all those other skin irritations, boils. Is either it boils today or it's a peeling or whatever today. Now, imagine that 6 years. This is going to be my 7th year since I started using sanitary napkin. I have not bought one single antifungal cream or tablet. I've not had a single vaginal itch, because I have my bulletproof going on with me. So this is literally the way the bulletproof, see this picture? This is literally how I feel using my sanitary napkin, as if I'm super protected. It could treat also a lot of infections when used post-infection. because of the properties we've talked about. We've seen the properties and what it can do. If it can restore your vaginal pH and restore vaginal laxivity, that means it can get rid of all those anaerobic bacteria and fungi that is actually causing the problems. It prevents and treats candida. It also eliminates odor. So when you're not on your period, you use the panty liner. It relieves period pain. It's anti-inflammatory. Prevents prostate enlargement for men because of the anti-inflammatory properties as well. And we also have people saying it does release pile and hemorrhoids, again, because of the far infrared anti-inflammatory properties as well. Okay, so these are also some of the benefits of the panty liner. And this is the end of my presentation. We'll take your questions going forward. Thank you very much, everybody.
Can we give a clap, 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 clap? You know why I just love you. You know how to bring us from the history to how we have struggled and to why you need it. An amazing testimony. Wow, amazing, 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 amazing. People, I hope you really got value. Thank you so much, Dr. ID. And please, let's not just share. You can hit the love button, you know, go to Facebook, like it, share it with your customers. And just like someone sold a pot just by sharing our video. Someone also told me that he sold a lot of Libo and Atro last week just for sharing our video. So this is the time I have someone who just called me after our tea presentation and ordered for over 30 teas. Wow. I'm like, why? You know, so people, we are educating ourselves, we are growing our business, we are also becoming professionals. So Dr. ID, amazing presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Amazing. Thank you, Dr. ID. You know, thank you. So many questions. So let's just hold on because I can't wait to listen to Dr. Clifford. Who remembers Dr. Clifford? You know,
I cannot wait to. I do.
So I hope he's with us. Dr. Clifford, are you here? I had made him co-host.
I think I saw him, unless maybe the network knocked him out.
Dr. Clifford, please, I can see you. Yes, you are here. So you have the floor, sir.
Right. Good evening.
Welcome.
Yes. It's great to be here.
Welcome, Doc.
Yeah.
It's a little dark where you are. We can barely see your face.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to sort out.
Yes, this is better. This is better.
Good evening, everyone. Yes. I can see Dr. ID. Dr. ID, Dr. Esther. It's great to be here once again to talk about our wonderful Longrich products. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right.
Yes, sir, we can.
Yeah, Dr. ID, I really enjoyed your session on the sanitary parts. So we are learning every day. So you are a very wonderful teacher. I believe we should award you a special doctorate award or confer on you a special doctorate.
Yes, so special doctorate. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Top research professor of Longrich products, our research analyst.
A doctor of science emeritus.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this evening, without taking so much of our time, I will be talking about our shampoo ranges. I'll be talking about the 2-in-1 cleansing and treatment shampoo. I'll be talking about the white tea shampoo, and I'll also be talking about the body wash. Dr. Esther, I believe you have my presentations right there with you. Dr. Esther? All right. So I'll be talking about our shampoos so we can be able to have better understandings of our shampoos and what our shampoos can do. Why we use the shampoos and for which areas the shampoos have to be in use. Dandruff, like we all know, sometimes tend to be very stubborn. A lot of us, both men and women, are victims of dandruff. And sometimes we can't even figure out why the dandruff are persisting after using all manners of products, especially our women folks who are ever growing their hairs, and from time to time you see them hitting their head, using combs to pierce through their heads in order for them to get some kinds of comfort. So let us look at why the dandruffs are there and what we must do in order for us to arrest the dandruff. So therefore, what is dandruff? Open one, oh yeah, go down, you'll see how I explain yes. So what is this dandruff? What do we mean by dandruff? Like I define here, dandruff is a condition that causes the skin on the scalp to flake. And that is why for the women and for the men, after cleaning up, after washing your hair, perhaps you go frizz your hair in a space of about a week, you begin to find some white flakes on your hair, which can be disturbing. So you begin to get amazed why it's so. No, please go back to that same slide. Charles. So dandruff is not a contagious disease like some people tend to feel or believe. It isn't a contagious disease, but can be stubborn and may be difficult to treat. And it's even a mild form of seborrheic dermatitis. And dandruff affects both men and women. It is not limited or restricted to just the women folks, as it affects the women the same way it affects the men. So go to the next slide. Next slide. Dr. Esther, are you there? Next slide. Next slide.
I think it's her network. Dr. Esther, I think her network froze. Yeah, it was her network. Sorry, Doc. I think she's going to try and join back in so she can share the slide. Okay, Dr. Clifford has been made the host. Let's see if she can join back in. Sorry, everyone. Please be patient with us. We're going to have to wait for Dr. Esther to come back. So that
I can go ahead from here.
Yes, you can go ahead from there, though, if you have your
slide. Can go ahead from here. All right. And yes, I also said that
Okay.
looking at the causes of dandruff, that dandruff can be
I'm
caused
really
by.
sorry. Network logged me out.
Oh, welcome back.
Please,
Oh, sorry
please.
about that. So, causes of dandruff. Dandruff can be caused by irritated, oily skin. A lot of us have very oily skins, and when these skins are irritated, they end up with dandruff. These irritated skins trap yeast substances. So these substances automatically make room for dandruff to develop on our scalps. And so another cause of dandruff is when we don't shampoo enough, when we don't use shampoos regularly, we become victims of dandruff. Now, this yeast we are talking about is called malasseza. It is a yeast that feeds on oils on the scalps of most adults. So therefore, when you don't maintain good hair treatment conditions, you make room for this fungus to grow on your scalps. More so, when you grow your hair, automatically you tend to be trapping heat. And these heats serve as boosters for this fungus or fungi to develop on our scalps. Another cause of dandruff is dry skin. When we have dry skin, we are at risk of developing dandruff. And allergy to some kinds of hair care products also lead us into developing dandruff. And other skin conditions that have been found to be associated with the development or onset of dandruff are such skin conditions as psoriasis and eczema. Psoriasis and eczema. All right, so going to the next slide. Hello. Wow, network. Another cause of dandruff is that the male folks tend to be at higher risk of even developing dandruff. But this is unknown to a lot of us. We tend to believe that women, because they grow hair, they carry hair throughout their lifetime, tend to be at greater risk of developing, of having dandruff. But I want you to know that because the male folks used to cut their hair short, it's not easy for you to know that a lot of men have this thing we call dandruff. Why do we say so? Because researchers have found that dandruff in men tend to be associated with the male hormones. And the people who have higher secretion level of male hormones are at greater risk of developing this dandruff. And what it does is what? Excessive secretion of oils on the scalp, which ultimately attracts the fungi I talked about, the malasseza, which serves as a substrate. All right, the oily secretions serve as substrate for these malasseza to thrive. And then another thing we are looking at the age factors, that dandruff tends to be associated amongst the young adults as well as through to what? The middle age. And certain illnesses make room for dandruff to thrive. And one of them is Parkinson's disease. But now, we are here not to talk about the chemistry of dandruff, but we are here to talk about how we could understand the applications of our anti-dandruff shampoos. Now, what are the symptoms of dandruff? One of them is skin flakes on your scalp, on your hair, on your eyebrows, beard, on mustache and shoulders. I repeat, skin flakes, not just on your scalp, not just on your hair, but on your eyebrows, beard, or mustache and shoulders. I know this will serve as a surprise to a lot of people, but that is the truth. Another symptom you could find is itchy scalp. And the third symptoms you could find are scaly, crusty scalp in infants. Therefore, coming to take a look at our cleansing and treatment 2-in-1 shampoo. What makes our cleansing and treatment 2-in-1 shampoo to stand out as a solution, as an effective solution to the management of dandruff? If you go through the active ingredients of this product, you will find that one of the ingredients stands out. And that ingredient that stands out is what we call zinc parathione. Zinc parathione. That is the ingredient that stands out in this our products. This is because this zinc parathione has been an age-long active ingredient that a lot of shampoos tend to contain. But what you find in our shampoo, in our treatment, in our cleansing and treatment 2-in-1 shampoo, is that at the concentration of this zinc parathione in this product, it has been found that it's safe, it is tailor-made to handle the pH of your body system, especially as it affects your skin. Our skin, let me just explain a few things to us about the skin. Our skins have what? Pores. Our skins breathe. And when you don't allow your skins to breathe, you make room for all manners of body changes that provoke or elicit this seborrheic dermatitis, which we call dandruff today. So therefore, you will find that zinc parathione has all it takes in order to effectively handle dandruff, because it has an antibacterial activity, antimicrobial activity, as well as antifungal activity. Therefore, it has the ability to effectively arrest or inhibit the growth of the yeast, which is Malasseza, which is responsible for what? Itchy, flaky scalp that we find in all cases of dandruff. And now, do you know that where dandruff thrives, hair breakage is enhanced? Where dandruff thrives, you will discover that headache is oftentimes a problem. Where dandruff thrives, fullness of hair is never there. And so when we are talking about psoriasis, we are talking about hair loss. Hair loss in women, decrease in the what is it called, in the weight of the hair strands, because the hair strands become unhealthy. Why is it unhealthy? Because the hair follicles are unable to develop the way they are supposed to. Zinc parathion is one major active ingredient factored into this product to arrest that. Now, you also discover that in this particular product, we have what makes it possible not for hair loss, but for hair to grow effectively. That is what when we are talking about the proteins. The proteins that you find in this particular product, the amino acids incorporated in this particular product. Dr. Esther, can you just go to the next slide? Now, having looked at this, what then can we say about our 2-in-1 body shampoo, our 2-in-1 anti-dandruff shampoo? It restores fuller and healthier hair. Like I said, when dandruff is arrested, the hair follicles are able to function more effectively, allowing hair to grow optimally. When dandruff is arrested with the use of our 2-in-1 anti-dandruff shampoo, what happens is that the scalp is nourished. When the scalp is nourished, it allows hair to grow more and more. There will be better scalp, there will be cleaner scalp, there will be enhanced breathing of what? Of the scalp, in order for the hair strands to be able to grow, and for the hairs, instead of the hairs to just be as flaky as the down hair you find on the cheeks, the hairs begin to what? Gain weight because of what? The nourishment emanating from the EMP proteins. The EMP proteins boost hair growth. The EMP proteins, what do they do again? They add the weight to the hair strands. And you also discover that our products soothes the hair due to mint essence. When applied, for those of us who have used this product, you will discover that the mint essence we have in the product has a cheat feeling that it gives to the scalp. You might begin to wonder, what is the essence of the mint essence? Like I said, hair ordinarily traps heat. And this heat is what allows for what? Increase in oils formed over the scalp, and which serve as substrate for the fungus, Malasseza. And therefore, the mint essence counters the heat and gives soothing feelings, calmness to the scalp, and allows the hair follicles to grow, the hair follicles to function effectively, giving nourishment to the hair. Every hair is rooted in the hair follicle. All right? And then coming to talk about the zinc parathion I talked about, which is the major component that helps to arrest the dandruff. All right. So now, from this, I want to proceed to talk about the white tea, our white tea anti-dandruff shampoo. Specifically, the white tea anti-dandruff shampoo is specially indicated to arrest very stubborn dandruff conditions. Now, suffice it to say that sometimes we have people who have very stubborn dandruff. And if the hair shampoos that you find around you The hair shampoos, when adopted, when employed, when used, they are not able to arrest the condition. You need to know that we have dermatologists, the people who have been specially trained to treat, the doctors who have been specially trained to manage skin disease conditions. So therefore, when you as an individual, you try your best and there's no headway, don't fail to see a dermatologist. Now, a lot of dermatologists today also have to be what? Introduced to our Longrich range of products. Why do I say so? You will discover that instead of them to be talking about other products because they are not aware of our products, we are responsible in taking our products to them, in introducing them to our products, and letting them know the advantages that our products have over the conventional ones that they have around in the market. I used to be a victim of dandruff. I've had dandruff in times past. I was really a victim of dandruff right from my university days. And then I was introduced to one sesame blue that contains selenium. But you discover that selenium isn't actually very, very safe. Selenium has its own drawbacks, major side effects. But as at that time, that was the product we were using. But today, you find if you look at if you want to compare the safety of those products and our product, you will discover that our product, what you find, the ZPT, is by far safer than those products. So that is a unique selling point that we are having. That is what should make us to be proud to introduce our anti-dandruff range of products to anybody, anywhere, and say it with confidence. All right? So that was a digression. Please, Dr. Esther, I need that slide. So now let me talk about the white tea anti-dandruff.
Second slide.
No, the one you just removed on the white tea anti-dandruff slide.
Okay, it's just it.
Right. Like I said, the white tea anti-dandruff shampoo is rich in white tea. And there's something we have in that white tea. The white tea is rich in polyphenols. And these polyphenols are very powerful antioxidants that help to fight the free radicals that contribute to what? Cell destruction or cell damage. So the white tea, the polyphenols in the white tea arrest that and puts an end to what? Skin or cellular damage. And the white tea anti-dandruff shampoo is effective, is used for all hair types, all skin types, all scalp types, both dry and oily skins can tolerate the white tea anti-dandruff shampoo. So no matter how stubborn that dandruff might have been, no matter how old it might have been, the solution lies in white tea anti-dandruff shampoo. So in other words, if you have used the 2-in-1 anti-dandruff shampoo and you didn't get the kind of result that you actually were expecting, what you need to do is what? Use the white tea anti-dandruff shampoo. And I can assure you that you're going to get very wonderful result. Why? Because it also contains ZPT anti-dandruff, active ingredient, but at a slightly higher proportion than what you find in the 2-in-1 anti-dandruff shampoo. That is why we can say it helps to fight stubborn dandruff. And its deep cleansing and moisturizing effects make it to stand out. So it's not just enough for you to use it. Now, it is able to penetrate. Now, when we are in product formulation, we look at oil and water and water formulations. And we also have products that can easily penetrate the skins, the scalp, and cleanse from within. So when we're able to achieve cleansing from underneath, from within, all right, we are able to achieve good cleansing and moisturizing results. And that is what you tend to have with the use of what? The white tea anti-dandruff shampoo. All right. So therefore, I want to say that the white tea anti-dandruff shampoo, because of its deep cleansing and moisturizing abilities, it helps to leave your hair strands shiny and glossy after use. And in people who have very stubborn dandruff, it is expected that at the onset that we use this white tea anti-dandruff shampoo not just once in a week at start, but twice in a week at start. Now, why do we say twice in a week at start? To achieve deep penetration, deep cleansing, and effective saturation of the skin cells to rid your body's to rid your scalp of what? The fungi responsible for this stubborn dandruff. Of course, we know that we also have bacteria responsible for that, microbes responsible for that. The ZPT has abilities to clear off all of those. All right, so please let's go to the body wash slide. The body wash slide. Body wash.
I should give you the second slide, right?
Yes, the herbal moisturizing body wash.
Okay, sir.
Every one of us, at some point or the other, have had to use all manners of soaps, all manners of shampoos as our body washes. And sometimes, do you ever wonder why each time you finish using some kinds of body wash shampoos, your skin is left to be very, 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 very dry? Do you ask yourself why? And do you ask yourself the effects of leaving your skin dry every time? Now, in product formulation, there's something we call maintenance of body pH. You see your skin has a pH that it can tolerate. And that is why when you use some products and then they burn your skin, is because the people who produced or manufactured those products did not follow standards. And so when they don't follow standards and you use some of those body washes or tablet soaps and then they leave your skin burnt, destroyed, then you are in trouble. And then some of these products that we use that are out there in the market, do we take our time to ask the benefits of these products to our body system? It's not just enough for you to just get into any shop and then you buy a product, you buy a soap, you buy a shampoo because it's cheap, and then you go and use it, and all the ingredients, hazardous ingredients you find in those products end up penetrating your skin cells. And that is why over time some people end up with cancer of the skin and all of my other types of cancers, even breast cancers, because what you apply on your skin ends up getting absorbed, getting into your body cells, and cumulatively over time they might end up becoming hazardous to your body system. And that's why I find the Longrich body wash to be very, very interesting. I don't just use a product. No, before I apply any product to my body or my body, even as a man, all right, thank God I have a wife who is so conscious of those kind of things. I read through the active ingredients before I purchase any product. So something interests me about the Longrich body wash, and that is because the Longrich body wash is rich in vital ingredients that are benefiting to my body cells, to my skin. I want to live long. I don't want to die before my time. And I know that is the desire of every one of us here, because in Longrich we're going to make so much money. So we should stay alive to enjoy our money. We shouldn't use our money to buy what will kill us before our time.
True talk, true talk, true talk. True, I support, I concur. We are going to make so much money, stay alive to enjoy the money.
All right. So now you will see that if you take a look at the Longrich body wash, one of them interests me, that is Camellia sinensis. Amongst other active ingredients that you find in there, Camellia sinensis is one that caught my attention so much. Please show me the next slide. The next slide. Camellia sinensis. That is a green tea. It's another name for what? A green tea. Green tea extract. Green tea extract that we find in this particular product. And that's why we say we were talking about the phenols and all of that. All right. So now, looking at our body cells. Please, Dr. Esther, are you there? Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Let me talk about Camellia sinensis before I talk about the other ones. All right. So look at the things that made me to fall in love with Camellia sinensis. It is one ingredient that stimulates microcirculation. Now, do you imagine, or can you imagine you using a product, buying a product with your money, and as you use it to take your bath, it stimulates effective microcirculation that evens the tones of your skin, because it is rich in an ingredient that is called methylxanthines. Can you imagine that? It is rare to find a product, a body wash in the market that contains this active ingredient. Now, it means that each time you take your bath with the Longrich body wash, you are doing yourself good, in the sense that now the pores that block the clogs, the debts that block or that clog the pores of your skin, that lead to what? Premature facial lines, wrinkles on your skin cells, damages to your dermis or epidermal cells. Now, through the microcirculation that is induced by this part, or that is caused, or that is brought to bear on your skin by this Camellia sinensis, it ultimately helps to unclog this blocks pores of your skin, because it wants your skin cells to breathe the way it should breathe, to therefore allowing you to age, or allowing your skin cells to age the way they should, slowing down aging processes, helping to prevent the effect of the UV radiations on your skin, especially those of us in Africa, those of us in Nigeria, that are constantly exposed to the effect of the UV lights of the sun, UV rays of the sun, that slow down circulations of your skin. And over time, what happens is, now when microcirculation is impaired, now do you even know that impaired microcirculation gradually leads to numbness, inflammatory diseases, both of your skin, of your joints, over the years, I used to tell people that nothing just happens. There is a beginning, there's an initiation point, and it goes through a process until it manifests itself. So the precautionary measure to use, or you must adopt or employ, is for you to begin to apply the right products into your life that will help you to live longer. Camellia sinensis is the answer. Do you know that because of Camellia sinensis, it's been discovered that the Japanese live very long. They live very, very long. And now this same thing is what you can find in your Longrich body wash. Now, the second thing about this Camellia sinensis is that it helps to fight free radicals, like I said before, because of polyphenols, which are very powerful antioxidants. So when it helps to fight, because it helps to fight the free radicals, it slows down the aging process, arrests premature or development of premature facial lines, premature wrinkles on your skin, helping you to have a rich, healthy skin. Please continue the slide. Okay, so polyphenols offer you that wonderful advantage. And do you also know that Camellia sinensis also helps you to what? Enjoy good collagen levels. Good collagen levels. Every one of us, all humans, have collagen as major components of what? Our skin cells or of our skins. Therefore, it helps us to maintain good collagen levels, and it helps to reduce inflammation, like I said before, inhibiting the action on collagenase, because collagenase act on the collagens, reducing the what? The thickness of collagens, thinning your skin cells or your skin layers. And therefore, when your skin layers are thinned out, wrinkles show forth so easily. And then another active ingredient that I said that you can find in this product are what? The aloe vera extracts. Aloe vera extracts. I'm a fan of aloe vera. I have an aloe vera farm. For many years now, I've had it and I've been enjoying it because it's a gift of God to man. Like I tell people that aloe vera is God's wonder medicine to humanity, God's miracle drug to humanity. And if you must fight or arrest premature aging in your life, you must lay your hand on aloe vera. And we have this aloe vera extract in this our body wash. Now, what can the aloe vera offer you? Remember, aloe vera is antibacterial, antimicrobial, and antifungal in its effects. And aloe vera moisturizes. Aloe vera helps to hydrate the skin. Many of us don't drink enough water per day. And to stay healthy, for your skin cells to remain healthy, you need enough quantity or volume of water per day. Now, what you find, or one of the benefits, rich benefits of the aloe vera essence or extract in this body wash is that it hydrates the skin, reducing over time, helping to what? Arrest excessive loss of moisture from your skin. It's not just a one day. The more you use it, the more you begin to find that rejuvenation of your skin cells. That is what? Effective increase, nourishment of your skin cells, growth of your skin cells to what it ought to be is achieved over time of using our herbal moisturizing body wash. So I enjoy every one of us. Some of us are already using them. But now do know that if you must have a well-granulated skin, If you must have a skin that has a youthful feel and look, if you must have a skin that has a silky look, I enjoin you to drop other kinds of body washes you've been using and get for yourself our body wash. In case you don't know, this is one of the best body washes you can find in the market today because it has a direction, it has a reason for its formulation. Any product you go buy in the market, ask yourself, why am I buying this product? What benefit is this product going to bring to my body, to my skin? Take a look at the active ingredients, and you find that most times they just contain nothing. But what you can find in this our body wash, this is the one I use here. All right, this is the one I'm using. This the body wash. You will find that it contains what your body needs to function optimally. So perhaps I have to stop here in case there are questions to take because I cannot exhaust everything I need to say about these three range of products I've talked about. Our 2-in-1 anti-dandruff shampoo, our white tea anti-dandruff shampoo for very stubborn dandruff, and then our herbal body wash. So I rest my case at this point. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doc. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was amazing. I think you talked about my three favorite products as well.
Wow.
The silky skin, I am a testimony. I cannot joke with that body wash. But with your presentation, I now understand why that body wash is so relaxing. Like if you use it, it's as if, I don't know why people spend money for bath, any of those bath soaps if they want to take it. If you want to take a soak, if you had a bathtub, just pour the body wash in the water and sit. Honestly, you can sleep off. It has this relaxing effect. I now understand why. The combination of those two ingredients will be very, very powerful. Thank you so much for that. And of course, the shampoos. All this my crawling scalp. It's the white tea shampoo that has kept it for me. So I experience all those products and I don't joke with them. Thank you so much for that, sir. Dr. Esther, over to you.
Amazing. Okay, so we missed Dr. Clifford and we have you back because we could hear you. And for one to even think that a man is selling Longrich shampoo as a woman, like with so much accuracy. So thank you so much, Sam. I don't think we'll have time for the hand cream again. We'll have to carry over to the last Saturday because we have someone just reached out to me like, Esther, this is what I really, really wanted. So much medical stuff. And I'm like, welcome to the club. Go and watch the rise. So thank you everyone for amazing presentation, amazing topics. I know we have so many questions on the group, on the chat box, but I cannot access many of them because network has really been playing with me today. So I would like us, every doctor to just, the co-host and Dr. Clifford, please just go to the chat box and people, you could resend your questions again so that we can see and start asking because I think I will be asking the two of them most of the questions since we have so many questions for them. So if you could resend your questions, it would be nice. But before that, can we go ahead and just tell Dr. Clifford, thank you, give him a clap, give him a heart, give him a like button. Just keep telling him, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Clifford. You've given us so much value. We are going to sell body wash plenty. Someone said on my Facebook page, I said, oh my God, I have missed my body wash. Why did I even stop using it? People are going to get them plenty this season. So thank you. It's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Questions now.
So okay, please. Yes.
Yeah, what we can do is I can quickly ask the one I'm seeing. Dr. Clifford, there's one here already for you.
Okay.
It's asking, is small holes on a child's head as a result of dandruff? And can the shampoo help?
Yes, because you will discover that children do develop this seborrheic dermatitis. And so therefore, the balls that we're talking about here, all right, you can use the 2-in-1, which is for mild, dandruff. You can use that one to treat that child, apply it on that child, and it's going to get rid of it. All right, the bones will be off, but not the white tea anti-dandruff shampoo. Is that okay?
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. And then there's another one here. Okay, so most of the other ones I can see here are actually regarding
Yeah, someone asked a
punishment.
question and said, can we combine both the 2-in-1 and the
Okay.
2-in-1 anti-dandruff shampoo together with the white tea anti-dandruff shampoo? Okay. Now, what I can say about that is this: you don't need to use the two of them at the same time. You start from 2-in-1, see how it works for you. But I do know that as you use the 2-in-1 consistently, all right, consistently, at least see what you are able to achieve in about a month. Sometimes even about 2 months, you're still going to get your results if you use them, regularly or frequently, but not more than twice per week. All right. So you're going to get good results. It is when you would have used for about 2 months and then it seems as if you are still not getting the kind of result that you desire, then you can also get the white tea anti-dandruff one and then apply that one. But you don't need to combine the two at once. Just choose one. Now it also depends on how long the dandruff has been there and the diverse kind of approaches that you have adopted or employed in times past.
All right, thank you. Someone is actually saying here, I can testify to the body wash. It helped me a lot while I was pregnant. I didn't get too discolored, unlike previous pregnancies. Unfortunately, the body wash has been scarce around here and I've run out. Hopefully my stockist will have shortly. Please, what I always advise people is when your stockist runs out, look for another stockist, even if it means paying with bill. Don't use another product. I cannot afford to run out. I will buy. Last week I bought my roll-on all the way from Onitsha. I don't care. I live in Abuja. I just need to have my products. You understand? So this is my advice. Look around. There are going to be more stockists around you that can have. So Dr. Clifford, there's a question here. Can a pregnant and newborn use the body wash?
Yes,
Pregnant woman and a newborn.
yes, I can say that for a pregnant woman, everything about Camellia sinensis, the green tea is safe. But for the newborn, no, we will not
Okay.
recommend that they should be used on the newborn because of the pH of the formulation. It will not tally with the pH of the skin of the newborn. But for the pregnant woman, yes, there's no problem. It's not going to cause anything. It's a very very safe product. So safety is of utmost concern to us. So it's safe in all the trimesters of pregnancy. At least I took time to take a look at that, the effects of Camellia sinensis in all the trimesters of pregnancy, and
Wow.
it is very safe. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay. We
We
had
had
a
a
quiz.
presentation. Sorry, we had a presentation at the beginning of the first episode. We talked about the baby series. The baby body wash is perfectly fine for the baby. Please use that one for the
Yes,
baby body
yes,
wash. It's perfectly fine. Please let's use that. Okay. Thank you. Go ahead,
yes.
doctor. Go ahead. I have
So
a
we have
question.
a
Yeah, so
we
I
have
can
a
just
question from Facebook,
okay.
and the question is asked: can the shampoo be used for natural hair?
Very well. The shampoo can be used for natural hair. Now, because the shampoo helps or serves as a boost for hair growth. So if you want your hair to grow to fullness, wow, you can get a shampoo. Now, if you want your hair to be glossy and silky and shiny, you can use a shampoo. The shampoo is very good for a glossy hair, and the shampoo helps to keep your hair follicles at optimal functioning conditions by providing steady nourishment to your hair follicles. So your skin scalp will forever be healthy because you are a wise person to be using the shampoo.
Okay.
Dr. Esther, I put the questions. I summarized the questions.
Where?
I put them back on Zoom now. The first one is the mosquito repellent safe for asthmatic people? And somebody has also asked, is the mosquito repellent okay for a newborn? So I guess you can take both at once.
Okay. Is the mosquito repellent safe for asthmatic persons? Yes, it's safe because the ingredients there are not harsh, and they are not ingredients that cause you to have a precipitation of asthmatic attack. So they are very safe for asthmatic patients. And you know, when applying the mosquito repellent on your skin, you are not just putting half of the container on your skin, literally. You don't need to put half. You spray from a distance, so like 2 centimeters away, so that you allow the spray, not necessarily the liquid. Yeah, you allow the aerosols to lay on your body, and it does not cause any precipitation to asthma. And then for children, yes, it's okay to be used for newborns, but in case you are scared, and for newborns, not directly on their skin, but probably around where they are going to be sleeping. You know, they're already staying in a mosquito-treated net or a baby net. So you could just spray it around. It doesn't have any effect on newborn babies.
Okay. Someone is asking, Doctor, are you saying both the white tea and the 2-in-1 is okay for the natural hair?
If what? Both
the white tea and the 2-in-1, is it the two of them that is okay for natural hair, or is just the 2-in-1? Which one?
The 2-in-1. The 2-in-1.
2-in-1 is okay for natural hair.
It's okay for the natural hair.
Okay.
Okay, right, just before we continue. Sorry, just before we continue, I had a plenty dandruff for my hair, like literally the one that when you carry, it's more like a paper before it cuts. And all I used was just Longrich 2-in-1 shampoo for a year. And I tell people till today that I didn't add any other thing on my hair. Then when the white tea came up, I started using the white tea, but I still use the 2-in-1. Why? Because of the conditioning effects for my natural hair. And it was amazing. So you could use it for any hair type, natural, pent, or anyone. Male, like he also said, even my husband too uses it because he started keeping his hair. So you can use it male or female. You can use the shampoo.
All right. So there's a question here on Facebook. Please, does Longrich pad prevent free flow of menstruation? Because the customer complained about it, and this month it happened to me. My menses lasted for 2 days. No, the Longrich pad will not prevent free flow of menstruation. I can tell you that. And that is because the Longrich pad is just very natural. What it does, like we said, it creates a balance because of the biomagnetism. So if you notice some form of delay or some form of expedition of your period, or your menses, it's really the Longrich pad trying to create a balance. Your body will always react to everything, be it natural or not natural, right? So your body is just trying to create a balance. So no, it will not. If anything, you should actually restore it to a normal flow, but it could probably be after 1 to 2 to 3 usages. Remember, it's a supplement that is supplementing your body's mechanism to heal and restore. Maybe there was an anomaly that is trying to correct, so you allow it to do its job because of the key functions of the biomagnetism, the far infrared, and of course the anions being present. So I think that's all the questions we have on Facebook.
So someone is asking, someone is asking for the Zoom link for the previous episode. You could check the chat box. We have dropped it there already. You could get them on YouTube. Yes. And when you are, yes, please, when you are there, you subscribe to the YouTube channel.
All right, so there's another question here. Can both panty liner and pad be used with women that have copper IUDs? I've received that question so many times. And Longrich has no position in this, and you shouldn't have, ordinarily, you shouldn't have any problems with that. As far as I know, you shouldn't have any problems with the panty liner or the being used by someone with copper IUDs. But we have had people who said that they used it and they are okay. And we also have people who said that they used it and they experienced a lot of flows, a very high flow. And I think it's a function of the biomagnetism. You know, like I said,
yes.
it excites a lot of things around the uterus. So it could cause that, but I don't think it hinders the effect of the contraceptive. It doesn't. So as far as I'm concerned, I will recommend you use once and observe. If you feel uncomfortable, then you shouldn't use it. So that would be my strong recommendation. I don't use this form of contraceptive, so I can't have a share personal experience. How can or should men use the panty liner? Okay. From what I've gathered, there are different ways the men can use it. You can actually put it in men wear pants. The ones that wear pants, they can actually just line it on their pants. But most men wear boxers. And so what they say is you can actually line it on the waistband, and that as long as it's still within close proximity of the reproductive organ, it will still function. So I guess we can use that. That's what we have had advised by our men. Then I've seen here, please can you use panty liner during ovulation? Of course, unless you're trying to get pregnant, then we strongly recommend you don't. Honestly, the first time someone said that you shouldn't use panty liner when you're trying to get pregnant, even China was shocked, because according to them, in China, the women use panty liner around the clock. This particular panty liner, they don't experience anything. But it could just also be because of our body mechanism, that again, the biomagnetism could work in such a way that there is excess excitation that can result in disintegration. And that is when we say, okay, if you're trying to get pregnant, do not, just in case there's a disintegration of the fertilized eggs. But we've had people who've using panty liners and the eggs fertilized, babies came and they were fine, you know. So we try to say don't use it, because there's a possibility that the fire infrared and the biomagnetism could lead to disintegration of foreign body. Remember, we said that it eliminates toxic substances and foreign bodies that are not meant to be there. And of course, a fetus, tiny one fertilized egg, could be seen as such. And so it's possible for an abortion to happen. So that's why we say do not use it if you're trying to get pregnant, because once the egg is fertilized, the possibility, I mean, we've had people say that after sex, maybe they wear the panty liner, by the following morning, they'll see a lot of the whole mucus thing on the panty liner. Again, it's also part of the whole detox process. And I feel that's what the magnetic energy does. And then someone is asking this question that I hate. Doctor, please, what do you have to say about soaking the anion strip in water and drinking it? You're poisoning yourself.
Exactly.
You're poisoning yourself. Why are you drinking acidic water? I don't understand. Go and get the pie cup. If you want the biomagnetism and the infrared and the energy functions, get the pie cup. Don't put anion strip in water and drink and start poisoning yourself.
And please, above all, when you are removing the anion strip from the cottons, there is no way you can effectively remove all the cottons attached to the anion strip. Now, you put it inside water, you go with the cottons into your body. People say, oh, I want it for internal heat. Number one, as a medical doctor, we are still trying to understand what internal heat means for you, because it's not the same thing we understand. And if you want the effect of anions, please, the cup is lined with zinc. It's lined with anion effect. So any water that passes through the alkaline cup will do exactly the same thing you anticipated for the anion to do. I really never, for one day, would encourage anyone to put the anion inside water. How? What are the benefits or other things you can do from the anion, like anion strip? Yes, you can line it on your head when you're having headaches, because the anion effects can help cool down the headaches. Normally when I finish doing yes, when I finish doing demonstration, I go back with it, not to put in my water, but to line my hair when you're having headache, or put it in between your shoes to relieve stress. like you wear on your shoes, or different things, but not to put inside your water. Or you can now put it inside your food. So please, it's not really advisable.
Someone told me that there's a woman that chews the strip. I'm wondering how. I don't get it.
Whoa.
Let's be careful. That's why I said I don't like hearing this because it's so annoying. Someone told me that blood came out when her friend used the panty liner. Is this normal? Of course it's normal. Like I said, the panty liner, this is something that let me say this here, because look, I get this question a lot. Someone just finished her period, buys Longrich panty liner, and within 7 days she's using her. The panty liner gets rid of everything that was meant to be out, and it wasn't out. And that is why it's one product that helps with women fertility, because it gets rid of everything that was meant to be out because of the presence of that biomagnetism. You need to do a detailed study on biomagnetism, and you will appreciate that magnetic energy that we have in our panty liner. You see, during fertilization, after your ovulation, what happens? You've got the endometrial lining shedding. That's the lining of the womb shedding as period. Now, because of the nature of the sanitary pads we are using today, we don't get complete shedding. We do not. What we get is like some part of the blood coming out. And that's why on the last day of your period, you have those drop. Something is still there. It's not completely out. It's even worse if you are on a contraceptive that contains a lot of progesterone. You seldom are able to get it all out. So the question we always ask is, what do you use to get it all out? So once you wear the panty liner, immediately after you get the panty liner and you start wearing it, even when your period has stopped, it will start bringing out everything. And that's even when you should know it's doing something right for you. So please, let's not be afraid. It's restoring, it's cleansing your womb, it's cleansing the uterine lining, which is a very good thing. Okay, so Dr. Esther, someone is asking here, I have a customer that is having serious, what did you say? Hold on, I can't find the question again. Okay, serious pain under her feet. Can you please advise which of the Longrich products is okay for the person?
Serious pain under her feet, Biko, arthritis, soul foods, is it due to accidents? Sometimes ever since we started this program, let me use the opportunity to even address this publicly. Ever since we started this program, Dr. Heidi, I can tell you I have received over 100 medical requests, like literally asking me, I've been having body itches, what should I do? And I'm like, see, what we can do, even though I am a medical doctor and some people on this call are medical doctor, you still have to go to a doctor to see you, to assess you. There is no way anyone can give you a proper medical advice over the phone or over Zoom or over any of this medium, But to answer the question of the sore foot or the pain, there are over 40 causes of pain in the foot. And one of the first things can either be arthritis, accident, injury, or even an unseen wound, or even a hematoma under the foot. So for Longrich products, yes, I'm just even thinking what you can use apart from Arthro Revive that can really help you. But I think you really need to go and know what exactly the problem is by seeing a doctor who will examine you and let you know. So I needed to address this, that when you come to my inbox or to go to any doctor's inbox and you ask a medically inclined question, really, do you want us to give you medically inclined answers over an inbox consultation? We will not give you the best. Like literally, we won't. I won't know what is wrong with you. I don't know how it's paining you. I need to examine you and every other stuff. So please, while we are trying to make this amazing for everyone to have knowledge, we also encourage you to also make use of the doctor around you.
Okay. So I've got some more questions on the panty liner here. Someone is saying, can you wear the panty liner for a whole day, morning till evening? If yes, does it require the person to sprinkle water on it in between the day? First, no, you can't wear one panty liner from morning till evening, especially when you are either trying to get rid of an infection. If it's a preventive purpose, maybe you can wear two in a day, change it in the afternoon. You're not supposed to wear one sanitary napkin from morning till night, even if it is
not at all. Yeah.
It's the best. You've still got those secretions that are coming out of you every minute of the day. These secretions don't need to stay in your panty liners or in your pants. So that's why you should change it. But when you're treating something, then you should even get to where at least more, change it more regularly. That's number one. Number two, your question about sprinkling water to activate the strip is not necessary.
It's
The
not at all.
anions are activated with friction. A little friction can release as much as 4,000 units per cubic meter. So that's perfectly good enough. So there's no need to sprinkle water. But if you're treating something and you're going to be sitting still, you're not doing a lot of work that requires friction, maybe you could just sprinkle it and then, change quite frequently, okay? And then someone is asking, is the panty liner good for postpartum recovery? Yes, please, it's the best. It is the best. Give it to every woman that is coming out of, as soon as they come out of that delivery room, hand them a pad. The same strip in the pad will start helping with the internal cleansing, the detoxification. Then once the blood dries out, you hand them the panty liner. Honestly, they will feel so much relief. I tell people, you see this hot water thing, that the hot seat bath thing that people recommend after delivery, the panty liner can literally replace it. That's my personal opinion. It could replace it because it does the same job. It does the same job. The far infrared provides that required temperature and local heat, increases the blood circulation. So it does almost the same job. So please, that will help. So it's good for postpartum, please. In fact, someone even said the panty liner helped my wife draw out those blood left behind.
I have a question here. Someone said, I have a friend who is looking for fruit of the womb, but has attained menopause. Dr. Heidi, you become a miracle worker. Is there any product that can help her?
Our product cannot reverse a natural process. Menopause is a natural process. We are not reversing anything. We don't have that magical product yet. And I don't even think God will give anybody that intuition to create such magical products. A natural process has been, unless it is actually a false menopause, then of course you can recommend some of our products and get the person to see a gynecologist.
Yes.
But if it is a proper menopause, we can't reverse it. Not even a gynecologist.
Please explain to us what a false menopause is.
Well, false menopause is when your menses pauses and it is not yet time, maybe for other reasons. Menopause is possession of menses, right? So it's literally when it's not the right time, and it can only be diagnosed as a false menopause by a gynecologist. So that's why I say you need to see a gynecologist so that they can know if it is a real one or a false menopause. Yes.
Okay.
So
do you know we are 8:30 already?
Yeah, we're 8:30 already. We've done 2.5 hours, so we need to close quickly.
What can be used for athletic foot? Can I remember what athletic foot is again?
If you don't remember, don't bother answering. Let them go and say Dr. Biko.
Please, I'm just trying to remember. I can't remember right now. I have someone who wants Atro Super Revive, but she said calcium tablets are not good because of high BP. Okay, so I don't think that is true.
Dr. Clifford, that can be true.
He's here. Dr. Clifford, are you here?
Yes, what?
Does calcium tablet affect BP?
Affect
blood pressure.
Blood pressure.
Yes.
If it affects, if it's taken to, if there's so much consumption of it, would certainly affect.
Will it affect in terms of increasing or reducing, sir?
Increasing when it is much. When it is much, but if at optimal dosage, it will help the heart to function more effectively. Okay. So it helps with effective management or ineffective management of the heart. But in the area of blood pressure, if you take so much of it, it becomes a problem. But if you are taking modest amounts of calcium tablet, fine. It will help your blood vessels. It will help your the myocardial walls of the heart to function optimally without any problems.
Okay, sir. Okay, I think yes, sir.
The long and short of it is that it helps. But some of us, because of the taste of that calcium tablet, we begin to take up to 8 tablets a day, 10 tablets a day. That becomes that becomes a inimical.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir. Because the what I also know is that people that have hypertension should not have hypocalcemia, like low calcium in their body, because your body needs calcium to beat the heart well. But when you have hypercalcemia, it can cause increase high blood pressure. So when people say just taking 1 or 2 tablets in a day will increase your high blood pressure, no, it doesn't. No, it will not. Except except you take it off, you take it too much. Please, someone is saying athletic foot is a fungal infection, white patches in between the toe. Thank you. Okay, so what can be used for that? I think you could actually, the toothpaste contains some antifungal effects. You know, you could use that. You could use the body wash to just wash your leg very well, because fungal infection just simply means that you expose yourself to plenty dirt. You know, so while taking your normal antifungal drug, which you need to be taken internally, prescribed by a doctor, you could use the body wash. You could also use the toothpaste, and the anion strip can also be effective around that.
Yes.
We have so many things.
The body wash will really assist the fellow.
Yeah, the body wash should be perfect. Yes. Please, I've actually seen one saying I used the panty liner a few weeks postpartum. It felt hot and uncomfortable on my episiotomy stitches. Is that normal? Because I had to stop. It's just, I don't think it's abnormal on episiotomy. I wouldn't think it would rip it apart. I think it should actually enhance healing because of the anti-inflammatory effect. It should enhance healing. So I don't think, but if you want to wait and get your episiotomy to heal, please do that first and then continue with the panty liner. We've answered this question about using panty liner during ovulation. Yes, you can. If you're trying to conceive, don't. There's a difference. All right, so Dr. Esther, I think we can go. We are done for today.
Okay, we have one question on Facebook. Can someone use... I think you answered that. Yes, you can. She already answered that.
Yes, you can. It depends on the kind of contraceptive, but it should not interfere with your contraceptive at all. I use contraceptive, I use panty liner.
Yes, you can. Okay. People! Episode 5. Wow, that's ID we did this.
We did it.
What more we did this.
We're excited about the last episode, and I think after the testimonial session of the last episode, we should invite maybe our top Longrich leaders to come and we play some music and do some Zoom party afterwards. You know, we should.
Yeah. Last Friday of October will be a lot. Oh my God. Okay, this is amazing. I can't wait to have that.
I've missed so much party, guys. So forgive me. I just want to have some more fun. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. It's been a pleasure explaining to you and sharing with you the secrets to the Longrich products and giving you some marketing strategies that can help you do better. And we're really grateful. We're really grateful. Dr. Nonso, you're still here. Let's hear you. I've muted everybody, so you can unmute yourself. So, Nonso, can you unmute yourself and say hello for us?
Hello everyone.
Good evening. I thought it was me. Sorry.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you.
Hi. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Heidi. Thank you, Dr. Esther. Thank you, Dr. Clifford. It was around sometime. You know, the mosquito repellent and the sanitary napkin, they were really amazing. When I started Longrich, that mosquito repellent, I did the experiment myself. You know, where I stayed, a lot of flies and stuff. So that night I wore sleeveless and shorts, used the mosquito repellent and stepped out. To be honest, throughout the time I was outside, there was no bite, honestly speaking. There was no bite. So that really caught my attention. I don't go any, like, if the mosquito repellent is finished, I have to get another one immediately. Then the panty liner and the pad. Thank you, Dr. Heidi. It was amazing. I really learned a lot. I've been reading around that stuff for a while. Then the shampoo and thank you so much, Dr. Clifford, and the body wash. Thank you so much. And people, I hope you're really learning. I hope you're really picking stuff. I hope you're really picking stuff. This is amazing. Longrich, we have to be healthy to enjoy this our money. So please take care of your
Yes,
health.
so
Yes, yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much.
Yes,
Can I
please.
say
Yes,
something?
thank you so much.
yes, you can. Who is talking?
It's Nonso from Abba. So
Okay.
yeah, my favorite is also that mosquito repellent because there's this my neighbor. She has spent more than 300,000 on her son's dandruff, like this cross stuff on the head and everything. So that was how I got this woman on board. Though I took the white tea shampoo and the mosquito repellent. I told her to use it for the child. Then after that, she should spray the mosquito repellent and leave it for about 30 minutes. Then after 30 minutes, she should rub the snake oil. Do you know, even the children, they made a video of me. They were like, thank you, Auntie Non. So as in say, it has been so embarrassing in school. Every time the boy would just itching the head and everything. And that was how it went. That was how this woman came
Wow.
on board. She registered all her kids, her husband, and that was just how I
Wow.
got that woman. So you can see
Wow.
how amazing it is. It can cure a lot. That mosquito repellent, especially. That was how I just killed the dandruff of that boy. So it's really
Okay,
amazing.
so are you saying mosquito repellent or the shampoo? I want to
I
understand better.
used the white tea shampoo first. After
Then you
that,
go.
I now told them to use the mosquito repellent on the hair. After drying it, you now spray it on that. You know, that alcohol thing, it kills those bacteria too.
Yes,
After that, I
yes.
told them to do it for like 30 minutes. So you need that snake oil
Wow.
to moisturize, so it doesn't stay dry.
Wow.
After they kept on doing every day, and that was the end. This woman told me she has spent thousands and thousands and thousands.
Wow.
So that was how
Wow.
she came on board. She came on board. She registered her kids. Her husband was like, this I beg Longrich for life.
Longrich.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Thank
So
you.
I
So,
have a
Dr.
question
Ivy,
here in the comments.
have
So I
you,
saw a
sorry,
question. Yes.
Dr. Ivy, before
Let
you
me.
come in. Okay.
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 So someone says some Longrichers advise the use of the panty liner for contraceptive. What do I have to say about it? It is not a contraceptive. Can it work? Maybe 50 to 60%, maybe, but it's not a contraceptive.
70% actually.
Yes, it could work. You know,
It
it
could
depends on
work.
how fast. It depends on how fast between the time you use it and the swimmer. You know, some swimmers are very fast swimmers, like the sperm. They will swim before you try to catch it. It has reached where it's going to. So that's why I'm saying I will not tell you it's 100%, even 90% or 80%. No. So it depends on how fast you wear it after sex. You understand? I wouldn't use that as a very reliable form of contraceptive. Yes.
Okay, so Dr. Ida, I was going to say, have you noticed how Longrich Products knows how to be tailor-made for this? But just does this, and this, and this. And I'm like, I didn't know that.
No, it's because we are very, we like to experiment, especially here in Africa, we experiment a lot. And I'm happy we do, because sometimes the kind of testimonies I see, or feedback I see, I'm like, what is going on? But that's the beautiful thing. You have one product, but you see that it's got this component, just like the green tea. If one of my success clients used the green tea, she finished drinking the tea, she used the tea bag for a scrub, and when Dr. Clifford was talking about the green tea in the body wash, it now made sense that she said she felt so clean, after the scrub. And that just makes sense, because that's how you feel with the body wash. It opens up the pores you get. So
I have been wasting my tea bag. I literally have been wasting my tea bag. Okay, someone said too much display of energy from Dr. Esther from day one,
yes,
my dear.
Dr. Esther from day one, she's so excited. She's so excited. Oh my God. Edge of foot with blisters. Just go and buy either snake cream or buy the Longrich hand cream. Rejuvenating lotion, sod milk, they all work. The fastest for me is the sod cream. Use the sod cream, apply a lot, and wear it. By the next morning you'll be amazed. Or you use the hand cream too. My mom testifies to it. Please, we'll take more questions next week. Thank you so much. Dr. Esther, let's round up. Thank you, guys.
Dr. Clifford, let's hear your final words for us. Are you here?
I think maybe it's network, or maybe he stepped out.
Okay. Thank you, people. Dr. ID, it was nice coming here again. So let's hear you. Someone said I put the tea bag in my shoe. I remember that when Dr. ID said that she uses the Longrich salt cream for her dada. I remember you saying something like that. And God knows I started using the salt cream for my hair.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's amazing. I can guarantee that it's good. Really, really good.
Wow. Thank you. I'll over to you. Let's hear you. Thank you so much. Let's hear you.
All right, guys. So we've said almost everything. We're so excited you stuck with us the last episode, and we can't wait to have you again next week for our final episode. We appreciate you, and please just make sure you share the facts. Do not ever over-exaggerate about our products. As you can already see, our products are as amazing as they are. Over-exaggerating just pushes people away and makes people wonder, why are you selling so much? Longrich puts thoughts into every single detail in their products, and that's good enough, you know. And someone was saying on Facebook this evening, I didn't know that even shampoo had so much chemistry. You don't understand. Longrich puts thoughts into every single thing they add to their product. And by the time you understand that, you will know that you cannot joke with Longrich products. And that's the thing. We have amazing products, and that's the reason I am here. I'm not in Longrich not just for the money. I'm in Longrich because of the healthy lifestyle, the better lifestyle, the products. I don't have to depend on drugs. I don't have to depend on drugs, but just using daily care products to keep me healthy, keep me looking younger and younger. Yes, this time next year, I'm going to be younger than this. And maybe in 2 years' time, I'll be much, much younger. So
you
I'm aging backwards, literally. So my sweet 16 face is going to remain here for a long time with Longrich products. My health is going to be amazing. So stick with Longrich products and share it. Shout it over the rooftop, like literally. We have the best products. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. ID. You're just the best person to ever have think this dream of it and to make it happen. Like, thank you for all your support. People, thank to everyone who have joined today. I only have one advice to everybody here. When it comes to Longrich products, please under-promise, because be rest assured it will over-deliver. Don't try to overemphasize. Don't try to over-talk, because who will buy will buy. And if someone said no, please move over to the next person. We have 6 billion people on planet Earth. Why are you trying to convince one person who doesn't even have the money yet? So under promise, because your product will over deliver and will to give you more trust and more credibility. It's not just about the money. The cars are good, the rank advancements are amazing, but there is something else. It's the fact that you're going to touch life. Is the fact that you are a help to somebody else, and someone remember you because, oh, you told me these products and you did like to them. So on the promise, let your products over deliver. Finally, all these episodes are live uploaded on my YouTube channel, Dr. Esther Odotai. Just go there, subscribe, and like and watch every videos there. Why you need to subscribe and increase your notification is this, because every video we have done, we are going to make it in such a way that you are going to get value per product on that YouTube channel. So you need to subscribe and to send it out there. Finally, the last episode is on Friday. I'm super excited. And that episode on Friday, we are going to be having testimonial. So please go and cook your testimonial. Make it very amazing. Don't overemphasize. Don't over-deliver. Just tell us what you did, because we're going to give you time. And look good, because you can also talk on camera. We will need it. And I think after that episode, we'll not tell you when our grand finale with our star directors, all of them, and other people will now be. But that will not be strictly for your business presentation and others, not necessarily for products. So thank you so much. With Longrich products, under promise, but to over deliver. You can say that again. Confession, please. So I am not sush. How do you use body wash?
Not my doctor, also. I'll flog you. You're not serious. He knows how to use tablets. Don't worry. So we'll teach you. Tell Videlo to teach you.
Please, bye-bye, everybody. Thank you so much. So unmute yourself and tell us thank you, and tell everyone thank you. Tell all the doctors thank you. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Dr.
Thank you.
Clifford, Dr. Ivy, Dr. Esther.
Much.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
God of best
Bye-bye.
value. Thank you
My
so
fellow
much.
men.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, ladies.
you.
See you later.
Thank
Keep
you.
up.
Bless
For you.
Thank you so much.
everything.
Thank you, Dr. Esther. I'm coming to you to come and take from your energy.
Oh my God.
Okay, Dr. ID.
Thank you, Dr. ID.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Listen.
Everybody.
Thank you. Dr. ID, when you do
Dr.
wonders.
Esther.
Okay. When you do wonders. Okay, don't worry, we'll talk about after now. You can end, right? I can
Yeah,
end.
you're the host. You are the host. You have to end.
So will the recording of the chat be on my inbox?
Did you record?
No.
It may not be. You have the video. So you should